tremendous work ethic, non-stop, and focus. He was a no-nonsense player who always got the job done, no matter what the obstacles, no matter how tall the hill. Bill was a fierce competitor who hit far harder than his size ever indicated. And I knew early on that he had something inside of him that set him apart from others, because many times I was on the receiving end of those hits. Bill was the ultimate team player, unselfish, always positive, encouraging, supportive of me and of his teammates. And he was a guy who could always get that big play or the tough yards when you needed him most. When Bill was out in front blocking for you, you had no worries because he would attack anyone in the way. If you were out there blocking for him, you would look up and see Bill working for that extra yard, grinding away. I didn't play baseball at Aquinas, but I did watch Bill compete in that sport, and he brought the same level of intensity, the same level of competitiveness, and the same level of leadership to that sport as he did in football. Bill Huling possessed a rare level of motivation and drive that's reserved only for champions. Having spent nearly 50 years in the world of sports, playing, coaching, and administering, I think I can spot a champion when I see one. And Bill Huling is a champion. I want to tell you that I lived through the Vietnam era, like many of you. It was a tough time for our nation. It took a special kind of person to make that choice to serve his country during that challenging period of time. But it was a choice that Bill freely made. And consistent with his standards, he had an outstanding career in the military, with a tour of duty in Vietnam, where he was awarded 3 Bronze Stars, an Air Medal with V device for valor. I don't throw the name of another great Aquinas great, we've heard it many times already tonight, Major Don Hollander, or I don't often pin the term hero on just anyone. But Bill Huling had that kind of career, and he is certainly most deserving of the term hero, be it on the field of play or on the battlefield, defending our freedoms. But for tonight, Bill, I'm very proud to call you a member of the Aquinas Institute Hall of Fame. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you William Huling, Jr.
I feel like I'm back in the Aquinas lineup hitting 7th again. It's kind of hard to follow all these wonderful testimonials, but I'll try. Thank you very much, Lou, for those kind words. It was quite an honor being in the same backfield with Kevin Barrett and Mike Bueller. I only wish that Mike would call my name a few more times. I would like to carry the ball more. But of course, someone had to block for you. And of course, Coach Repko knew that you were truly the engine of that team. This is indeed a special day for me, and I feel privileged to be here. I want to thank President Daley, Bob Schwab, and the selection committee for supporting my nomination to the Aquinas Hall of Fame. I want to congratulate my fellow recipients in the various categories. Like them, I am deeply honored to be recognized by Aquinas in this way. When I see my name listed among the great athletes who competed for Aquinas, it is very humbling. Those who came before me during my era, like John Toscano, Bill Abel, and Lou Spiatti in football, and Jim Chatterton, and yes, Bob Schwab in baseball, were truly outstanding players. I have to say, playing behind Bob was pretty boring. I mean, he was such a good pitcher that when he was on the mound, nothing happened, except that. Yeah, nothing happened at second base when he was on the mound. He was that good. And I especially also want to salute my fellow teammates who are really responsible for whatever success I was able to achieve. I saw a couple of them tonight, Hank Jesser and Bill Steiger. If it wasn't for them, there wouldn't be any holds. There wouldn't have been any yards. They were amazing. A few of us went on to play for Cornell in football, Bill Abel and Joe Naka and my classmate Terry Coyle. Some of us here may know of the great success Lou had at Ithaca College. While I was carrying the ball at Chokoff Stadium on the East Hill at Cornell, Lou was earning All-American honors at Ithaca College and leading his team to the first undefeated football season in its history. I can't believe 5 decades have gone by since I have worn a maroon and white uniform, since I had the privilege of playing in Aquinas Memorial Stadium, or playing and competing on the baseball fields, or walking the halls of Aquinas Institute. But for those of us in this room who have experienced it, those memories are like yesterday. I regret that my father and my uncles could not be here today. They were my biggest supporters and fans. But I am blessed to have 2 of my aunts here today who may remember those days, my Aunt Phyllis and my Aunt Tootsie. Thank you for coming to be with me today. Also, I'm very fortunate to have my wonderful wife here, Karen Ash, and 2 of our 5 sons and their partners, Ethan and Rachel, Sarah and Brian. Karen didn't know me when I was at Aquinas. She didn't know me when I was at Cornell. She didn't know me as an officer in the United States Army. I've been trying to tell her for the last 25 years that I used to be somebody. But I doubt even this signature moment is going to change her mind. Karen is my best friend, and she keeps me focused on the present and the future. When I think of Aquinas, I don't think of the hard work on the athletic fields preparing for competitions or the academic rigor in the classroom preparing us for college. I don't think about the wins or losses or any significant athletic accomplishments. But what I do remember are the people. My parents and family who supported me, my teammates and coaches who inspired and motivated me, and the priests who dedicated their lives to teach, guide, and mentor me. Some of you may have remembered, and some of you have already commented on some of them. Father Burns, and Father Bame, and Father Biondi, Father Carter, Father Cherry, Father Miller, Father Ware, Father Udall. So many of them, all the priests and brothers and the lay teachers and the coaches that we admired so much, were committed to keeping Aquinas strong. And they were dedicated to giving us the best education both on and off the field and instilling in us the values that we needed to face the challenges ahead. To me, Aquinas was about character building, commitment, teamwork, self-sacrifice. It was the place that taught me about the importance of getting up and trying again if you did not meet your goal, where I learned the virtue of caring about others before yourself. And finally, it was the place that helped me realize what I could be and prepared me for what I became. These are the lessons that I learned at Aquinas and that helped me persevere at the United States military, at Cornell, and during my Cornell career in institutional advancement now. I'm proud of being an alumnus of Aquinas, and I'm grateful that the school that I knew and continue to cherish is still strong today. Thank you, Aquinas, for this honor.